Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 17 in the ESV for June 17th, 2023. Better is a dry morsel with quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. A servant who deals wisely will rule over a son who acts shamefully and will share the inheritance as one of his brothers. The crucible is for silver, the furnace for gold, and the Lord tests hearts. An evildoer listens to wicked lips, and a liar gives ears to mischievous tongue. Whoever mocks the poor insults his maker. He who is glad at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of the aged, and the glory of children is their fathers. Fine speech is not becoming for a fool, still less false speech to a prince. A bribe is like a magic stone in the eyes of one who gives it. Wherever he turns, he prospers. Whoever covers an offense seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates close friends. A rebuke goes deeper into a man of understanding than 100 blows into a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, and a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a she-bear robbed of her cubs, than a fool in his folly. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will not depart for his house. The beginning of strife is like the letting out of water, so quit before the quarrel breaks out. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous are both alike an abomination to the Lord. Why should a fool have money in his hand to buy wisdom when he has no sense? A friend loves at all times, and a brother's born for adversity. One who lacks sense gives a pledge and puts up security in the presence of his neighbor. Whoever loves transgression loves strife. He who makes his door high seeks destruction. A man of crooked heart does not discover good, and one with a dishonest tongue falls into calamity. He who sires a fool gets himself sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. The wicked accepts a bribe in secret to pervert the ways of justice. The discerning sets his face toward wisdom, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. To oppose a fine on a righteous man is not good, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness. Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he's deemed intelligent. This is like a piece that I'm always trying to keep in my head, right? Talk about meditating on the word day and night. Whoever restrains his words has knowledge. Why? You can't take them back. I've said all manner of things in my life. To myself, under my breath, in the mirror, to other people. I know that I replay them, right? It says up here about rebuking a wise person or a person of understanding will go deeper than 100 blows into a fool. It's because when you care and you're self-critical and you're trying to mental analyze yourself all the time, you remember every little thing, mistake, turn of phrase, all of it. You remember all of it. This is why hell is real, right? Because if you can't learn to forgive and seek forgiveness, you're already in hell. In your head. That's what hell is. Flames that don't stop, right? Doesn't have to be a chemical reaction that gives off light to burn your body. If I took your body from you and left you to your own devices, and you were struggling with things like that, you're in hell. You would be in hell. Now, extend that for forever, and there's no way to get out. We can't justify or rectify our actions. We can't take it back. And people like to think hell's not real and ignore their experience on the planet that we're on. He who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. If you're always burning, you're always on fire, the Hulk's always out, right? You're going to do collateral damage. You're going to inadvertently do things. Big Hulk fingers. Ah, Hulk. even if you're trying to have a gentle touch, you can screw everything up. I've seen it with my own work. You know, you see it when you get frustrated and end up hurting yourself or breaking a tool or breaking the thing because the hot spirit, right? Now I got kids. I gotta try to not hurt them with my giant emotional Hulk hands. So if you understand that, then you should be seeking a cool spirit if you don't already have it. And a fool who keeps silence considered wise. I like to talk, right? And I like to make analogy. I like to give metaphor, all these things. And sometimes they fail. So I think that's okay. That's just a normal part of conversation. But to think you have something really profound or something to share with people, and then you say it, right? And everybody's like, wow. Or hot take, simple take, or wow, that's dumb or wrong. Versus if you just keep your mouth shut. When you close your lips, he's deemed intelligent. If you just listen, you must be one of our peers. You must understand what you're being told. You must agree with it. You must have some insight to which you're not sharing. Who was the guy, the Fantastic Four, the Human Torch, right? Normal dude in his cool, non-burnable suit. And then, when it was go time, what did he say? Flame on! Be cool until it's time to be hot. Be hot for the right reasons. Not a whole lot else to say. I want to end there. However, I will cover that it says a bribe is like a magic stone in the eyes of one who gives it. Wherever he turns, he prospers, right? Because if you got enough money to push it through, then, like it says, it's like a talisman. It's like a magic stone. You just show up with your stack of bills, or your contribution, or your contract, or a no bid effort, whatever. Hey, I got this thing for you. Can you do this thing for me? Always works. It's like magic. That's not what he's saying is proper, though, right? It's just a fact. This is a father telling his son how things go, and I often have to tell my kid how things are, how things go, and he needs to be aware of it, even if it's not right. It's the way it is. And then at the bottom, the wicked accept a bribe and seeker to pervert the ways of justice. It's not even saying it's okay to take a bribe. Shouldn't be giving them, shouldn't be taking them. I think a lot of times we see these little quotes and it's like, oh, cool. Well, that works. It's like advice. I think, yeah, it's advice in context. Sorry, the dog just came flying out on the porch looking at me, so I'm looking at her. All right, time to go get sunburned, everybody. Gonna have a pool party. I now have an 8-year-old, and we're gonna go celebrate some more. And we're here with my parents, so grandchildren are the crown of the age, and the glory of their children is their fathers. So I'm here with my family, and I get to see my grandparents, and yeah, I hope everybody enjoys each other to celebrate Father's Day this weekend and have a pool party. So where is it? The glory of children is their fathers. So my dad always worked very hard, but with me in school, thought that I had a differing opinion of school versus firefighting and things like that, and that was not correct. I think maybe things I said, things I did, the tones I took, my hot spirit probably led to that. So I'm sorry that I ever hurt my father in that way. However, not so humble brag here. A lot of the content going around on like the Red Pill community, right? Let's call it that one. Or like the whatever podcast or Fresh and Fit. They like to tread out statistics. Little brag and a question. If a man makes $100,000, because money's always a question. Let's start with this. It's 15% of men in the U.S. are 6 foot tall or higher. Okay, so then you start adding things onto it. 6 foot man that also makes $100,000 and also has a 6-pack. Those three things, if you can join those three things, that is 0.38%. So just over 1/3 of a percent of the population in this country of men. So that's above top 1%. And my question is, that I was reflecting on the drive, knowing this, is how many of those are good Christian dudes? My dad is top tier, folks. He is the glory. He's glory for me to look at. So everybody be diligent, strive. As his best-selling diet book goes, it's 4 pages. Eat less, move around more, take your vitamins, say your prayers. Go with God, be blessed.